Hi there, this is Carina Alyce from Indie Author First Aid. I talk with the moderators of the group, and I'm sharing this easy video about how to update your Amazon categories now that we had the big change. I'm kind of low tech because most of the time I'm actually being a doctor and writing steamy romance, so all this stuff slides around Canva. So first of all, people are kind of like freaked out. What's going on? So as of today, June 2nd, Amazon changed their category system so that you can only have 3 categories on your Kindle dashboard. You used to have to email Kindle content and be like, hey, I want to be in these categories. You were allowed to pick up to 10 categories, and they had a really hard time telling between ebooks, physical books, and Audible books. So sometimes you'd see someone who's not only were their books in the wrong category, but their paperback book, their ebook, and their audiobook were all in one. However, when they did this, they also replaced all of your old categories with 2 random categories that they selected. So you need to fix that because right now you cannot be ranked. So please understand, you can only have 3 categories, and you can select them though from your KDP dashboard. But right now you're in 2 probably bad categories. All right, so here's what you actually need. You need to be able to go to your KDP dashboard. You need to have your 3 preferred categories. You need to have some patience. So I'm going to walk you through the steps on how we do that. So here we are. This is my KDP dashboard. I've already tried this on a bunch of books. So I have a series called Heroes with Heat and Heart. It's a romance anthology. And Heroes with Heat and Heart 2 has not been updated. So you're going to go into your ebook details. It shows you everything you have. It shows you here's your all that stuff. Here's all my people who are in the group. Support, okay. All right, so first question it wants to know, is this adult-only content? Now, there's a lot of discussion right now about whether or not you should designate yourself as erotica or not, if you're a steamy romance author, or what it does for age-related. So first of all, you have to pick one of these. So as you know, erotica is not allowed to participate in Amazon ads. So let's suppose that I do decide this book is erotica. So I say yes. All right. It automatically makes the minimum age is 18 years old. All right. It wants to know what country you live in because it's going to show you categories. Though conveniently, they have noticed that this is an anthology. And so they put it in collections and anthologies. But since I'm competing, my other current category is contemporary romance. I'm not going to beat Colleen Hoover or Julia Quinn. So this is not a good category if I want my book to be visible while ranked. So then you go to the Choose Categories button. Now you're going to select one. Now, it notices that I said it's adult, and so it has a list of things that I could use. Now, you see that erotica is not automatically listed. So we're going to go into romance, and it's going to have some subcategories. So you're allowed to select 3 different categories. So let's suppose I wanted to do 3 categories. I want to pick action romance, anthologies, and military romance. All of these are added at the bottom. And it reminds you that when you select new categories, your old ones will be gone. So hopefully you've already searched through somewhere else. Now, if you know anything about search strings, let's say that, so I want to go into a different subcategory. So it only lets you do the search string separately. So paranormal romance, for example. It goes romance, paranormal romance, and then maybe I have psychics, vampires, and werewolves and witches. And then I would save those. But if you wanted to do just add another category that isn't in that same one, then you'd go back and you would go back to romance again. You'd pick action, and I'd pick anthologies. And so there's my 3 categories, and then I hit save. And it says this is going to remove all your removing ones. Yep, absolutely, go ahead. All right. So now it has my categories. Okay. If we go back and edit it again, I want to remove. I cannot select teenage romance here. See? No teenage romance. What if I pick non-classifiable? Non-classifiable, that's not helpful. LGBTQ doesn't really have erotica displaying either. There's your erotica, but there's only one category, erotica. All right? There's no subcategory, so you would just save. All right? Now, if you were pretending that you're not an adult, now it wants you to select the minimum age and stuff. You do not have to select this at all. You can just do nothing. Okay? Nothing. So you just do nothing. Okay? But let's suppose that I think my books are made for babies, and I want to cut them off at 14 years old. So maybe you're a YA author. Well, apparently it's up to me if I still want it to be in these categories, but probably not. Won't be appropriate. So when you go into here, you go to teen and young adult, there's your other categories. It breaks down into the subcategories for teen and young adult. See, and here we are again. And then you can pick another subcategory. I'm going to be from Mexico today. And that's how now you have the search string. So I'm a Kindled books, teen adult, literature, fiction. But if you go all the way back to romance, you can still put your teen book in erotica, but that's kind of up to you. All right. So obviously, if you don't have a minimum age, but if you just standard pick youngest person who can enjoy this book, going to be 18 plus, and your minimum is going to be 18 plus. I'm going to unselect all of these because it already told me I selected them. And I'm going to go back to romance, just basic romance. And so back in the beginning, you pick something. But if I try to pick teen and young adult, it might kick me out later by selecting them. So they're still there. But they're supposedly going to be noticing if you kind of cheat. So in my case, this is a anthology and collection and anthology, so I'll pick those together. And since it is a vaguely medical romance one, I'll pick that one. So then you hit Save Categories. Confirm that these are the 3 you already wanted. Yep, there they are. So they're all romance. Okay, looks appropriate. Keeping in mind, you'll see in this. So then you have to save and continue. You can see the manuscript. Yeah, that looks like a collection anthology. Okay, good. He looks good. Good. Save. It's going to ask you how much you're charging. And you save again. And now you're done. It goes to the screen like it always did. And it says it'll take you 72 hours. Well, having done this about 20 times today, it took them about 4 hours. So that's how you do it. You can decide later whether or not you want to put the ages in. Again, you're not required to put the ages in. So if you want to see a book that I already did this on, so this is my free first in a series. It's still confused about what it is because this is the old one, and even though it tells me it's published, it's not updated yet. So it might take a couple days, especially as everyone does these, but your medium ones and your other ones. So here we are, and that's how you do it. I'll see you around.